G'day, I'm Ash, and it's a blistering 40-degree day here in Melbourne, Australia. So, air conditioner is on, do mind the echo. Obviously, I've just unlocked the last addition to the US air tree, that is the F-16A. Granted, it's not going to be the last addition to the tech tree, at least, well, considering if you have not or haven't already seen the teaser trailer, there's a bunch of interesting tidbits in that for the next upcoming update, which we will premiere at least a dev server sort of overlook later when the dev server opens. So don't worry about that. But I thought I'd just sort of sit today because I've just sort of wanted to make a video for once. Sort of sick of sitting around and not really making anything. Obviously, I'm enjoying the process of playing other video games, but like I said in the start here, unlock the F-16, have unlocked basically every other air tree except for Britain and Italy, I think. And while I did unlock the F-16, it's 420,000. It did take me a slight bit. And now I've got to go unlock another Tornado after having unlocked the German one earlier this year as well. And then I go to Italy and I've got to unlock another F-16 and another bloody Tornado. You can't escape it. Oh boy. At least America has good options for grinding in some parts. And then there's obviously Silver Lines. And nobody will really watch the lower tier stuff if I put up videos about the low tier stuff. So here we are doing a slightly higher battle rating stuff. I mean, they might watch a video about the Sagittario, but then again, it's not an F-16, so it's not exactly the most exciting thing ever. Anyway, let me know what you think about that teaser trailer and what you're excited for the next update. Honestly, I'm feeling my time just dwindling and coming to a close very shortly. I don't know, I've sort of been having a bit of a think about War Thunder and what it means to me, especially after playing it for 9 and a bit years. And I'm coming up on 10 years very, very shortly, so it's not going to be long now before I start telling you, references to when the game first came out. In fact, I already am telling you these things, just because the game was vastly different over 10 years ago. Anyhow, been playing a lot of just sort of naval jets, just sort of having a bunch of fun with that, and just trying to play American jets more often. Again, I haven't played a lot of dedicated time in War Thunder aside from this week. I did appear on a couple of streams. I've appeared on Xana's stream and Jaguar's stream, and I've appeared on, I think, a couple of other places. But for the most part, comical as it may be, I haven't actually played a lot of the game aside from this week. And which, well, it's not really out of the normal. I kind of just play the game 1 or 2 hours a week anyway, and if I manage to get content out of it, great, but most of the time I don't. And that's the thing. Transitioning to a new office and new space has allowed me to breathe a bit. It's allowed me to declutter my life a bit. And more importantly, it's allowed me to sort of refocus efforts on what I want to do. I do want to get back into streaming, and I'd love to do some stuff. Oh, this maneuver would have been fantastic if I could have got hits. That MiG-15 is so lucky. But we're pulling into a steep dive here and trying to follow him through. Got the combat flaps pulled and trying not to hit the deck. Put a missile out, have no idea where the missile went. He collides with the other dude, and then I end up in a turn fight with a MiG-21, which ends in a missile. So, fun times. So yeah, one of the highlight games here, which could be contributed to a bit of fun, but otherwise, for the most part, this was the most entertaining part of it all. A very high tier MiG-23 in a 9.0 match. It's having a bit of a laugh, he is. Anyway, we put a few guns towards him, we pull away, we managed to set him on fire, as well as, critical his left wing. Which is good, because it means that he'll eventually just burn out. But, War Thunder's grind is kind of a bit much. Thinking about that a little bit. Obviously thinking about what War Thunder means. An incredible formative part of my life, and a lot of creators have left recently. They've gone to focus on other things and just enjoy life in general, but I can't help but feel like there's something missing from my videos and something missing from my content that I can't necessarily place. So, if you have any ideas, let me know. Now this is an entertaining clip. I've critical hit the Saab. Watch this, I'm rolling over, there's a friendly behind me shoulder shooting me, and he does this. Smack! You absolute fucking idiot. This performs a decent fireworks show. Anyway, jumping into another aircraft, this is the Skyray, one of my favourites. Oh, splash indeed, managing to get a head on there. Very lucky, because this thing doesn't take damage too kindly. One of America's only Delta Wings. Quite like this thing. It's one of my favourite aircraft. It's not a very good aircraft, per se, but it's something that is incredibly versatile depending on the situation. I wish I could get AIM 9Ls, then this thing would definitely be a powerful machine. Anyhow, it's faster than most things at its tier, and can outrun most things as well. And poor Shenyang's right there. Don't know that if I wasn't paying attention, that missile would have clobbered me. So yeah, pretty interesting. Anyway, where was I? I was going on about the grind. Considering that I don't have a heart in it to really sit there and grind out things anymore, it was a challenge to get me to sit down and actually unlock something. I don't know. I've been enjoying other video games, enjoying a bit of a break. Since the early year period is now starting to wrap up, it's now time to get back into video production. Or maybe not. I have yet to decide as of an action what to do. That Shenyang's on fire. He managed to put that fire out. Lucky him. We're going to see if we can put a missile towards him. Actually, he's got no signature. Come on, get a hit, get a hit, get a hit, get a hit. Nah, only a critical hit. But early jets is just so much fun. You get such a variety of combat. Now, you don't have to worry about getting locked on all the time, although this guy certainly doesn't know what he's doing here. Unfortunately, the missile explodes right behind him. That's when he realises that there's a missile on him. And so I'm just going to fly around here. He's pulled into the vertical, and that's his biggest mistake. This thing can catch you. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for a little bit. Alright, then we're going to fire. So he's going to pull up, making his speed even slower. And for some reason, the missile actually hit him there. Anyway, I ran out of fuel. So next stage for me is to basically float back to base and hope that we can actually make it. I thought this thing was a heavy brick, but it turns out it isn't quite the case. War Thunder's really got to do something for quality of life, but they can't necessarily update the game to make quality of life update, because then that would also detract from the fact that they need to constantly add new content in order for the game to thrive, if you understand what I mean. So in thinking about the way that they add content, I think the way that they've done it perfectly now is basically just add a mass amount of stuff. And in having a think about why people don't necessarily look at low-tier content anymore outside of when it was first introduced, mainly sparks a discussion out of interest of what people actually are playing. Obviously, over the years, people have been playing less and less of, well, regular sort of World War II content. And now you can just skip the grind by buying a $70 premium. So, reality is, often, most times people just end up with a premium vehicle and use that to grind out a few of their favourite vehicles and then continue to do whatever it is that they do. One thing I have noticed though in some of the matches was people just taking off from the runway, killing their engine on the runway, rearming, respawning, taking off and landing, and then jaying in and out consistently. I don't know whether it was a bot thing, but it is something that I have noticed, and I'm quite interested in the way that the game has sort of awards, you know, takeoff and landing points. No idea where this missile is going. That Vatua should absolutely be shattered. This one might hit him. No, okay, never mind. Jeebus hasn't killed a Hun to ref. Good for him. Alright, still got an aircraft behind us. I can see him just trying to follow me here. I'll put one on him, and we should be paying attention to our surroundings. Oh, there he is. See if we can get a missile on this J-35A after killing two Vatuas. Why not? Ooh, careful now, F-86. Oh, I'm getting him. Yep, oh, I've got him. Fantastic. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be a dev coverage, at least coming up. I don't know whether I'll do brief overviews this time around or whether I'll just do a stream. Essentially, oh boy, these clips of carrier takeoffs are so interesting. It's not very often you get to take off on a carrier, so very excited to do that. Anyway, so considering there has been a teaser, maybe we'll see a dev preview stream, and from that we'll be able to see some of the other content that they haven't announced yet. And then maybe we'll get a dev server opening where we can actually test ejection seats and maybe some of the other new vehicles that have come out. Woo, another tornado. Ah, boy. Unlocking stuff in this game can be quite quarrelsome, but then again, why else do we play this game? Is it to have fun? No, that clearly can't be the case. That'll be $70, please. Anyway, this clip is quite funny. I've run out of fuel here, and that F-86 has just realised something quite important. Notice how the runway in my radar screen is over there where I was just looking. That is not the runway. Why am I landing here? I shouldn't be landing here. Should be moving across just a little bit. That's when he types in chat, oh no. Right as I've landed. Oh my god, there's 2 different airfields. Right as I've touched down. Yeah, funny one. It is quite a funny one. Just deploy the funny music, because this is this is a mistake that a novice certainly would make. And on that bombshell, thank you to everyone who's bought a decal, link in the description. And thank you to everyone who's stuck around and is still watching some of the other stuff that I put out, like for example my American Truck Sim video and my Tank Mechanic Simulator stuff. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. Alright, catch you next one. Bye-bye.